Kansas Motor Carriers started in August of 1936. Mary joined the staff as the editor of the magazine in 1946, traveled the state, sold advertising, and for many years was the number 2 person in this organization until she was named managing director in 1968.
She was a woman so far ahead of her time because women didn't have those kind of jobs. They were secretaries, tellers, cashiers, didn't have too much opportunity to have promotion. But somehow people recognized the gifts Mary had.
She broke the glass ceiling before there ever was a glass ceiling. She was a woman in an industry dominated by men and served for 52 years. 52 years in one organization today is unheard of.
She has the talent of recognizing the talent in others and using it to its greatest extent. She can quickly tell where a person's at and what kind of skills they have. And then she works with that person to bring out the best in them.
What she did here with the officers and directors created the 4th largest by membership state trucking association in the United States, which, being one of the smaller states, 2.7 million citizens in Kansas, is quite an accomplishment.
Mary was always, very graceful, very kind, very caring, and very tough. Toughness is defined a lot of different ways. One of the ways I define it, people are tough when they're honest, because sometimes it's not easy to be honest. She was very committed to her industry and very unyielding on behalf of that industry. A rare combination of grit and determination, but class and style and grace, and just a very, very unusual mix of characteristics that you don't find in people very often.
We always say, Mary, when you met her, you always got a wink and a smile. She had a huge heart, but also she knew the business and how to run it and how to keep people being part of her team.
Mary always gave credit to her staff at the Motor Carriers Association, didn't try to ever lead people to believe that she did everything herself.
She's an incredibly humble person. I remember very vividly going to KMCA conventions, and Mary would never allow herself to be seated on or really seen up at the podium. She always made sure that her members were in the spotlight. She always made sure that she was reinforcing that KMCA was a member-driven organization and that she, worked behind the scenes.
She retired from here in 1998, but during that time, not only did she keep the trucks rolling in the state of Kansas, she served as president of the Topeka Chamber. She was involved in the United Way.
She's been very involved in her church. She's very involved with the State Historical Society for a very long time.
She also served on the board of directors of St. Francis Hospital and, at that time, Merchants Banks.
Mary had the talent to always draw the best out of everybody at the meeting and make sure that everybody participated in the meeting. And we walked out knowing precisely what needed to be done next.
So she was deeply involved in the Topeka community, and she had numerous other activities that she really, truly enjoyed. Number one was the KU Endowment Association, being a strong Jayhawk fan, and the Red Cross. There are lots of great times, lots of tough times down at the State House. They were trying to deregulate the intrastate part of the trucking industry, mainly in the livestock industry, and her having to bring livestock carriers into the State House and send them out on Monday morning to buy more underwear because they were going to be there a little longer than they thought. She served 12 years, was appointed by Bill Graves, Governor Kathleen Sebelius, and Governor Mark Parkinson to the Turnpike Authority Board, and served as its chairman.
Traveled the state extensively, assessing what the needs were of the communities in Kansas in terms of transportation. And she really led the effort to put together the entire program that ultimately became one of the greatest successes of my time as governor, our passage of the 10-year comprehensive transportation program. Her leadership made all the difference to me in getting that transportation program passed.
Full of integrity, a big heart, but determined to get the job done. But she always had the wink and a smile.